Hello YouTubers, it's an update. This is Easter Sunday. We have a little bit of sunshine. We had a big squall come through this morning. The wind's high. My days that I was going to fly this next coming week have virtually disappeared according to Wind Guru. So we'll just have to wait and see. Right now the windsock is about straight out. And it is Sunday, so I can't fly on Sundays anyway because there's too much air traffic. As you can see, there's a lot of jets and stuff here. So anyway, just wanted to update the status of the cover for the gear channel. Was installed, as you can see, and it looks pretty good. And I ended up just gluing the back portion rather than trying to put rivets up around all my hydraulic lines. And I have the end plates that are removable, so I can inspect the area and also spray in some anti-corrosion stuff or whatever I have to do. But it is all installed. It's not quite as pretty from the back, but it does pretty much seal. You can see some of the glue, but that should keep stuff from accumulating into that gear channel. And the other thing that I've done is, you can see up here, is I mentioned before, my radios didn't seem to be loud enough. I don't know if it was me or the radios, but what I've done is I got a little amplifier in line here on the headphone side, and I just tried it out and everything works. This is the microphone, this is the headphone, and as you can see, it goes through the unit, and I just turned it on, and it was quite loud. So we're pretty much ready to go now. I don't have any more excuses not to get off the ground. But I also have a little recorder that will record anything I say into the microphone. That's this little unit here. I didn't hook it up today because I'm not going anywhere. Hang on, let me get it open. Hold on. There, this is this little unit here. You can see that. And what that does is it plugs into the phono reception and just records digitally. And so I'll have a little bit of a record of what's going on, hopefully, if I can remember to talk while I'm flying, which most of the time I don't do. Anyway, we had a big storm this morning. The plane seems to be fine. The headsets are working. I have the cover panel in place, so we are ready to go. So that's the update, and I'll catch more for you later. Hello YouTubers. Okay, you're probably wondering, what do I do with my time when I'm frustrated by the weather, can't fly, and just totally bummed out? Well, this is my latest project here. Trailer belongs to a friend of mine, and it started out to be a very simple project, because what we're going to do was, these are like little saddles that sit on top of the axles here. Let me see if I can get this down here. There we go. They go like that, and that hole in the middle helps position the spring, keep them all lined up while it's bouncing down the road. And the ones that were on it had rusted and actually give way, so the axle started sliding instead of staying under the spring. And so the idea was just to quickly unhook the axles, unclamp them, roll this over and line it up in the correct spot and weld them back on. And for this axle, that's what we're going to do. But unfortunately, the other axle right there had so much rust that actually let water into the pipe that is the axle. And this is the hub axle, I guess you call it. This slips into that pipe. As you can see, it's got some rust issues. This is where we cut it loose because it slips in and then you weld it. And that's how your wheel bearings and all that sit out here. And so anyway, what happened was there was enough rust that the axle actually almost broke. And let me walk over here and I'll show you the axle. And you can see how bent it is right there. And so this thing here almost broke. You can see where it had rusted through underneath the actual saddle. And there's the little piece of saddle that was left on there. But as you can see, the axle has a little bit of a bend in it, and that's right where the end of the insert that forms the actual axle goes in. And you can tell there's lots of rust and stuff on the rest of the pipe. So we're replacing that whole new axle. Unfortunately, it's the Easter holiday weekend. And of course we didn't start this till Thursday. And so we're waiting for the store to open up so we can actually buy the new axle and weld the ends in and hook her back up. And these are the nice new type of spring. It's all one piece, and it still has the same weight bearing as a leaf spring that has multi-layers. And the advantage of it in our area is that the salt water doesn't get between the springs and cause them to rust out. So it's a lot better. They'll last a lot longer. As you can see, a little bit of rust that's occurred where the saddles have held the springs onto the axles, but we're going to clean that up, paint it up. As is, we're going to clean these axles up. But anyway, that's kind of where we're at. I haven't fixed this axle yet because I have to get my welding machine out of the shop, and I thought I'd just wait and do it all at one time rather than try and do a little piece now and then wait a few days for the other parts to come in. So anyway, that's kind of the type of stuff I'm doing while I'm waiting for the weather and conditions to be right for the airplane. So got to have something to do, I guess. So there you are. Hope you enjoyed that. If you have any problems or any comments, let me know. Thanks.